Hello, everybody. Today, I'd like to talk about my feeling about learning English at this age, at this time exactly, which incredible AI technology prevailing every field of business. I'm in my mid 50s, and I believe I'm the very last generation who can learn English manually by myself. I mean, more physical way when you learn English, right? But these days, actually, you don't need to. And I'm quite doubtful myself whether now, what's the purpose of learning English manually by yourself? AI technology can replace everything, every field of your job, and the language, especially like English, which is major universal language, right, is much simpler to replace because the information about all English is already fed up into the AI system. So basically, the English is the easiest job for AI software these days, right? Honestly, myself, like, I'm quite doubtful whether it still has any meaning to learn English manually by yourself, putting so much time and energy and so much practicing, and it also very time consuming, right? It is not the thing you can achieve overnight. But these days, everybody knows language translation into English from your own mother tongue is so simple. It's the trend we cannot change. We into this trend, it will move forward, and the life of ordinary people will be definitely much easier. You can save so much time and energy to learn that language skill. But what you can do to yourself, you save so much time and energy. But with the saved time, what are you gonna do with that? My age people, like me, like I'm 55, still don't have any problem not to improve English anymore because I don't make my living off English at all. And I'm in a completely local based business now. I don't do any international things which English related. So for myself, I take English as my hobby or as mean to kind of justify myself identity, right? My identity who used to be international, like think globally at least in my young days. But now I don't have to be global mind anymore if I only concern about my business in Korea right now. But for young people, what will you do with the leftover time which you save from spending your time and energy for English learning? What will you do? Is there any substitute to the time you spend on English? I mean, meaningful way. At the end of the day, the convenience of available AI tools will replace everybody. It doesn't matter who has the ability or not. They will simply replace everybody, literally, right? And then, what's the meaning of our life? The English to me was, I cannot say it's whole purpose of my life, but it took big portion of my time and my purpose at that time. I always thought the time and energy I spent on learning English, it was very meaningful. It made myself free of anxiety for the future. I worked on it. And that way, I spent aimless daily routine with certain aim. Although that time, in my young days, I also had a lot of anxiety, worries for the future, right? But while I'm working on my English, it pacified me. Have some aim, practice, and execute it according to the environment I was given, getting closer to my aim of my life. What I'm talking about is because the English for non-native speaker is it always into one of the very big part of your daily routine to keep you engaged with certain task in a meaningful way for your future, right? But these days, that big part of means to improve your feeling of void, emptiness, is completely now being replaced by AI tools. And with that big void of yourself, what I'm saying is, what can you do with the leftover your time and energy? Can you find some other things or some substitute to fill the void of yourself, improving way? I'm not saying that I am against the AI advancement. Anyway, there's no way turning back, right? But are we ready for the emptiness? Can you find substituting to the emptiness? That is my concern for the young people and for the people who don't know how to deal with the remnant time and energy. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.